Hello disc golfers, this is Matt Dollar and this is the final installment of the East Roswell Frisbee Trail Championship from 2018 presented by Rule 18. So heading into this final 9, we've got Joey Lutz and Walton Satcher tied at 13 under. I'm 2 behind at 11. Dustin Perry's 5 back and Matt Lack is 6 back. Hole number 10, pretty tough par 3, very straight tunnel shot uphill. That tiny skinny tree up in the middle, the basket is just past that. So it goes uphill, flattens out, and then goes back downhill, and then you have the basket, and then it's another hill behind the basket. You're going to see Matt Versola try to throw the forehand here. I think the forehand's a popular choice for the pros that have a good forehand because they can start it on that right side and just kind of keep turning to the left. Probably harder to park it without going outside the actual fairway, but it's the same story with the backhand. I went with the Proton Insanity right there. One of my better shots on this hole for sure. Dustin's going to go with that forehand I was talking about, and he gets a little lucky because he goes outside the fairway up near the top, but he gets back through there and should have a long downhill look at the birdie.
What a shot. Nice shot.
Walton makes a great second shot from a pretty obstructed lie on the left side. And Joey shows off that touch forehand that he has. So Dustin's got a long downhill look. Death putt though.
Nice. Great putt.
Executes the straddle jumper to perfection. Excellent putt from Dustin. I believe we're going to watch that one again one more time in slow-mo. You miss this putt, you're definitely going to have an obstructed uphill comebacker. Dead center though. Great putt from Dustin. Here's Walton trying to save par from the left side. That's too bad because he had such a good upshot. So he's going to lose a stroke to Joey, who's parked. So Joey's going to be the solo leader after this hole. But if I can make this birdie putt, I will be within 1 stroke of the lead. I go with my most beat up soft, Electron Soft Envy for that putt. Decided to go Anheuser around the trees. Some explosive action from the chains there. I'm glad that one stayed in. Joey makes a nice par save, and we will move on. Joey in the lead at 13 under, Walton and myself at 12. And now we start Birdie Alley. You got 5 holes in a row you can score on before we play 3 really hard holes to finish. I go Thumber with the Insanity there. I know I came up short with it, but usually because it's downhill going to the green, anything that comes up short, especially an overhand, is going to tend to roll down into the bowl. Joey smooths out the sidearm. After watching Joey play this hole a few times, I'm convinced that that soft uphill, or soft, slightly hyzer uphill sidearm shot with the putter is definitely the way to go on this hole. It's like the only way to not go deep, because if you throw a good backhand Anheuser, even with a putter, once it gets over that hill, it just keeps riding out. So Versola's pretty obstructed here on the right side.
Yeah, Versola.
That's an amazing putt. Lays out for it, downhill, probably about 50 feet. Alright, slow motion. It's our 3rd slow motion, it's only the 2nd hole. We got some really good action going on here. So just like back on hole number 6 in the first part of this round, Versola made a big putt to kind of get me fired up. I'm hoping he can do the same here. I definitely thought about it before I putted this one. I'm going with the Electron Soft Envy.
Nice. Yeah, Bill. Great putt. Go, baby.
When you don't throw a great drive on hole 11, you definitely need to make a good putt. Can't miss this one. Especially not when you're trying to win the tournament. Dustin's going to come up just a little low on that left side. And Walton's Thumber, I actually thought Walton's Thumber was a pretty good distance this time. It must have rolled once it landed. Ouchie, that was a pretty good putt. Caught a little right side, but
nice
just moving in right to left with hyzer. Hit a lot of change, just kind of pushed through him. Tough break for Walton. And we'll move on to hole number 12. Joey still maintaining that one-stroke lead. I have moved into solo second with Walton one back of me. Hole 12 with a little OB pond in the middle. I'm going to go thumber with the fireball.
I mean, perfect. Just like I like.
I think I was pretty scared of hitting that left side branch when I let go of that one. So I was definitely relieved when I got up there for the birdie.
Buckets? Slow down. Oh my god.
Joey smooths out a little sidearm. Not sure if that was a putter or a mid-range, but very nice shot. Went right behind the basket.
Oh, baby. Yes, sir. Missed that one, too. Don't do it.
Speaking of replays, let's back this up. Versola just threw it right into this first tree, and it deflects off and almost aces. That is unbelievable. Wow, talking about high entertainment value. Crazy shot from Versola, and it's going to be a drop-in birdie. Dustin hits one of those early trees. Definitely not the start of the bag 9 Dustin was hoping for after he birdied hole 10. Definitely don't want to miss 11 and 12.
I don't think that anything will ever.
Scary little upshot there because you got to chip over the out of bounds with 2 trees right on the corner. Joey to stay in the lead, and he makes good on that putt. Versola's got about 15 feet left after that bank shot off the first tree. When parking a hole's not enough, you got to go with that extra high degree of difficulty like MTV did there. And everybody's going to tap them on in here. I'm tapping in with the Envy from my fireball drive. And I'll stay 1 stroke back of Joey. However, Walton's fallen back a little bit, so he's actually 2 behind me and 3 behind Joey. So the race has switched from Walton and Joey to myself and Joey. We're here on hole number 13. We had a spectator walk up on us, and so I don't think the camera guy was ready for me to throw when I did. As soon as she got behind us, I just ripped the tomahawk. Ended up there on the right side. It was tomahawk with the insanity again. Joey throws a perfect shot. Looks like he'll keep that 1-stroke lead at least through this hole. Not sure if Dustin was trying to go up the middle or trying to take the right side route. I think it was supposed to be up the middle. Walton's going to go tomahawk. So Walton told me that before this weekend he never really threw tomahawks off the tee.
Nice shot, Walton.
But he said once he practiced these holes in Birdie Alley, he realized that 3 of them were just tomahawk holes. He actually has a pretty decent tomahawk too. He really utilized it for birdies in rounds 1 and 2 on these holes. MTV with a jumper there is going to come up dead center, but just a little bit low. Dustin's from probably about 50 feet on the left side. Going to a little bit of a straddle stance, but I'm able to convert the birdie, putting with my Envy. And Joey for the 3rd bird in a row. A little turkey for Joey.
Right.
I've got 4 birdies in a row, but Joey's only given me 1 stroke in that 4-hole stretch. And he maintains the 1-stroke lead at 16 under par. I'm at 15, Walton's at 13. And we move to hole 14. I'm going to go tomahawk once again with the insanity.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. Mm-hmm.
That worked out very nicely. Joey's going to go sidearm. Find some kind of local route through there. Now this is funny here. Walt throws thumber.
Okay. Okay. I meant for us.
I wish the video had went a little bit longer because Walt just said, I meant to throw a tomahawk. He just forgot. He just went up to throw the overhand like he does on all these little holes, and he's not used to throwing tomahawks off the tee, so he just naturally threw a thumber and then immediately knew he had messed up. But it actually worked out, and it's going to give him a long look for the birdie. Not very often you can throw the exact opposite shot you meant to and still get a birdie look. But that's the glory of the overhand shot. Dustin plays a beautiful little flex shot and just parks it up. It was an excellent shot from Dustin. MTV's got a jumper from outside of 50. Probably going to play the hyzer route. Very good looking bid from Versola. Yeah, so Walt's left with about 40 feet after the accidental thumber. Tickles a little band, but not able to convert on the bird. Joey to keep the lead. Nice putt there from Joe. 4 in a row. Walt with the comebacker. Looks like Versola's going to be over there in the same spot. And Dustin and myself should be pretty close, just tapping out for the birdies. Hole 14 is the next to last hole in Birdie Alley, and then we will move to the grueling 16, 17, 18 finish. So 3 birdies there on hole 14, a couple pars. And we'll move into hole 15 in the same situation. Joey's got the 1-stroke lead on myself. I'm 3 ahead of Walt. And hole 15, another tomahawk hole with the Insanity. I liked it off the rip.
I like it.
May have come in just a little bit short, but it's another downhill fairway leading into the green, so you got a good chance it's scooting forward a little. Oh, looks like Joey has finally made a mistake. May give me an opening to try and move into a tie for the lead here on hole 15.
Nice shot, Dustin.
Good looking shot from Dustin Perry. Plays the backhand hyzer very nicely. Looks like Versola's going to go forehand. It's a tough forehand shot. Must be a really flippy putter.
It's something.
That was a wild ride. Very nice touch from Versola. Walt's going to make sure he goes with the tomahawk this time and not the thumber. And that looks like a very nice tomahawk. Should give him a good birdie look there. Unless you catch that roll, there is out of bounds behind the pin. So Joey's probably 100, 120 feet short. He's going to try to jump putt it up over this hill and use the downhill angle to carry up to the basket.
Shot good.
Looks like he executed it very well. So my Insanity ended up way shorter and more left than I thought. I was left with that putt to try and tie the lead. Just let the Envy sail a little bit high. It skips off the top of the basket. Gonna have a similar position on my comebacker like I did in round 1 where I had to spit out. Meanwhile, Dustin came in a little bit shorter than we thought too off the tee, but he bangs a great putt there. MTV not able to convert in the windy section there. He found a little bit of open space, and it's pretty windy right here on the screen. Walton converts on his birdie. And Joey's got about 15 feet to save par. Very nice second shot to get there for Joey. Looks like my comebacker's not as long as it was during round number 1. Should just be about an 18-foot. Seal the deal here for par.
There you go.
And I'm in there with the Envy. Now we're going to head to a 25-minute backup on hole 16. But once we're done with that, we will have the gauntlet here to finish. And Joey will still carry that 1-stroke lead. I'm 1 behind. Walton's 3 behind Joey, but still in striking distance with these 3 holes left to play. Hole 16, the hardest hole in the course. 524 feet. Uphill, straightens out, and then goes downhill. Very, very tight tunnel the entire way through. Very nice shot from Dustin. Should get him up there, probably left side. Probably won't get him in good enough position to look at a 3, but if you get a good enough tee shot, you should always at least have a position to get the 4.
Go. Holy shit. That'll do.
Well, that shot was wild. Walton hit the ground like 20 feet in front of the tee, but took a mega skip. I think that was the Colossus again. I'm going with that beat-up Electron Soft Envy. That one ended up coming out exactly how I'd hoped. Should put me in very good position to attack the green and try and get a birdie here. Joey goes putter off the tee. Turns it a little more than he likes, but should be up there for... Once again, it's probably good enough for an easy 4. Might be a tough look to get a 3, though. You really got to penetrate a little further than he did and be in the fairway.
Yeah.
Versola with the trick shot again. We'll hit the slow-mo. He's going to go hyzer with this disc, pull it to the right, hit this first tree, whack, and kicks it back to the fairway and turns it over. I believe that's a D6. Super flippy. It's the same disc he threw on hole 3 when he slipped in this round. But that drive's going to end up being one of the best drives I've ever seen on this hole. At least a top 5er. Joey plays smart, doesn't try to get too much, just throws that sidearm back to the middle and advances as far as possible without getting greedy. So I've actually thrown my tee shot to a position I'm not usually in. I'm usually not sitting this good, so I usually have to throw the backhand second shot, but I was in good enough position to allow me to try to throw the thumber, which should be easy. I use it all the time to scramble for the 4, but just worried about dragging my thumber out to that right side like I've done a couple times during this tournament, and just flipped it a little too quick. Probably should have attacked down the middle on that shot right there, but I thought I'd play it safe with the wide and hyzer and at least give myself a circle's edge look at worst.
Nice shot.
Versola throws a nice upshot there. Should get him a pretty easy 3 after that mega crazy drive that hit the tree right off the tee pad.
There you go, Joe.
Joey pitches down, wants nothing to do with any kind of comebacker. He'll take a 4. So I need this to stay 1 back, and I just can't quite get it in there. Walt has some struggles on this hole, and after I take the 5 and Joey takes the 4, it's going to give Joey a 2-stroke lead with 2 holes to play. They are pretty tough holes, so anything can happen on hole 17 and 18. As I've said before, hole 16 is the hardest hole in the course, but hole 17 is the hardest hole in the course relative to par. So we call 17 a par 3, but no one 2'd it the entire tournament, so right now would be a great time to do that. Versola with the only 3 there on 16, and he'll have the tee box for hole 17, coming in just shy of 400 feet. Very tight tunnel that turns to the right. Fairway disappears a little bit once you get out the initial tunnel. That looks really excellent. Not sure if it got a late tree or not, but should be at least an easy 3. And that's a very rare thing on this hole. Unless you have one of these beautiful sidearms like Joey and Matt. They both just pipe the forehand right down the middle. Wow, and Dustin throws one of the best backhands you're going to see on this hole. 3 for 3 on really good drives. Can we keep it alive? Oh wow, Walton turns over his forehand but sneaks through. He gets way up there. Well, I hope I don't mess this up for everyone.
Get through everything, baby. Find a gap.
Well, it looks like I tried, but I found a secret window. Gonna give me a very nice upshot here with a Wrath. Man, I'd like to see that without that tree being there. Like it was going right for the chains. But I will take that kind of putt for a 3 on this hole any day of the week. Oh, Dustin catches a branch on his upshot. It's going to make for a tougher par than he would like. We got a couple tester putts up there, but this looks like it could possibly be 5 guys playing hole 17 and no one getting a bogey. It would be insane. Heck, if Versola makes this and we all get pars. Oh, he's just low. I was going to say, we could be the only hole, or the only group to ever shoot under par on hole 17. But then again, I guess I knew he wasn't going to make that because no one tuned it the entire tournament. Little uphill par putt with the Envy. Able to get it in there. Looks like par's around here on hole 17, which is fantastic. And that will mean Joey will still maintain that 2-stroke lead moving into hole number 18. So Joey's at 17 under, I'm at 15, Walton is at 13, Dustin is at 11, and Versola is at 10 under. Hole 18, another bonus birdie hole, tight tunnel, up over a hill and then downhill the rest of the way with a slope behind the basket. Still a really tough hole, but a lot more birdieable than the last two. Versola's going to pull it right and miss the initial gap, but he kicks back to the fairway. He'll have some kind of chance to save the par. Joey knows all he really needs here is just a par. Looks like he's just going to throw a rock right down the middle.
That's it.
Oh, Dustin throws an excellent turnover shot there. There's a lot of trees in the middle of the fairway once you get further down, but he could possibly be putting for birdie. Whoa, Walt misses the entire gap to the left, but somehow finds a little secret window through there. And if he didn't hit any of those trees, he might have got down to that next level and have a good chance of saving par. Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, that was a terrible kick. I threw the insanity, turned it over a little too much. Hit a tree further down in the fairway, but it kicked me through all the woods and across hole 10's fairway and into the woods on the other side of hole 10. That was like a miracle thumber, but it did roll down to the bottom of that hill, as you can see those people watching it roll. Man, uphill bid with the Envy. Probably should have just laid that one up for, you know, tap in solo second place, but I wanted to make the putt for the par. So Walt is able to save that par after missing the gap on the tee shot. So I'm going to have to make my 20-something foot comebacker to have solo second place. Versola hits the beautiful putt from up top there. That's a great way to finish for Matt. And Dustin's got about 28 feet here. He's gonna miss it just low. I hate that, man. He had a really good shot at that birdie. I'm gonna hate that even more. That missed putt's gonna give me and Walton in a tie for second place. Joey's gonna tap out for the 3 and take a very nice victory here at the 2018 East Roswell Frisbee Trail Championship. 5th edition of the tournament, and it's the 5th winner of the tournament. We never had a repeat champion. Thank you guys so much for watching. Big shout out to Will Peterson for filming all weekend, and a big shout out to MVP Disc Sports for sponsoring this video, and also to Rule 18. I was wearing a Rule 18 shirt throughout that entire round. You should check out their gear. They have really nice golf wear. So Joey's going to finish in first place. Walton and myself will tie for second. And it was a great battle, and congrats to Joey Lutz on the win.